Hey, 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 how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah. Straighten that a little bit. How are you doing, guys? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? This is the Church of RNK. I am Rosemary Nonny Knight, and today is your daily dose of thoughts, thinking, something that will get you where you want to go. At least that is the intention, basically, to help you stop getting your own way. Because you know what? One of the biggest things that will stop you, as we all know, we kind of know this, doesn't everybody know this now? That actually you are probably the worst, the worst thing on your own back. You are probably the thing that is going to stop you from doing everything that you desire to do. Surely everybody knows that now. But are you living like it? Not that you should live right, blaming yourself for everything, but then at the same time recognizing that, what if I just stop believing some of the limiting thoughts and ideas that I have inside of me that tell me that I cannot create every single thing that I desire inside of me? What does success even look like to you? What does a hello, Daster? Lovely to have you here. Where are you streaming in from, Daster? Where are you streaming in from? Tell me. I'm just going to share this and I'm going to come back, okay? So it's going to suddenly go blank, but then I'll be back. Give me a second right here. Okay, let's carry on. Yes, you are. So, oh, I've forgotten my song now. For today, I create success. Oh yeah. I create success. I create success. Yeah, I'm gonna keep saying that until I figure out what to say next. Okay, I create success, I create success, I create success. And there's certain ideas or there's certain things that you will think about that are in your mind right now that stop you from doing the thing that you're here to do. So actually having a bit of a conversation with my husband this morning about the fact that we all live in a bit of a delusion, really. We all create our own delusion, and most people kind of settle for a delusion that they don't much like. I'm not sure what he completely thought, but thankfully he's on my side mostly. I think he thinks sometimes my ideas are kind of crazy. But the truth is we all live, or the truth according to Rosemary Nonny Knight, is that we all live in a bit of a delusion, okay? You get to choose your delusion. You get to choose something that you absolutely adore, or you get to choose something that you don't adore. Okay, and most people generally tend to settle for what they don't adore because they've convinced themselves that that is all that they can have. They've convinced themselves that that is all they can get. And so they go through every single day thinking, this is it, this is it, this is my life. Instead of deciding for themselves what they actually want to create and refusing to take no for an answer. Yes, the going can get tough. And yeah, there's this whole thinking inside of people at times. Tell me where you're streaming in from, okay? There's people sometimes kind of get this thought that, success itself should be overnight and it should just kind of happen. And and all of that, but it doesn't work that way at all. Success is the deliberate action that you take over and over and over and over and over again, regardless of how it might sometimes feel as though nothing is moving, nothing is getting you where you want to go. But that is the creation of success. One of the ideas that might be kind of nixing your ability to create whatever you consider to be success is that you think that it only happens to the lucky. I went through a really bad phase in my life where, I went bankrupt, I got depressed, And then in that whole time, I really did feel as though all the good stuff happened to everybody but me. Okay? It happened to every single other person out there on the planet, and all the books were written for everybody except me, because everybody else was kind of lucky. And I, however, I had to work really hard and I still never got there. Basically, at least that was what I was telling myself. The truth of the matter is that looking back on my life, there is hardly anything. In fact, I'm not sure there's anything that I've ever desired and decided I'm going to get that I haven't finally achieved. Okay, but you forget, and in those 4 year period, I forgot. I thought that everything good happened to everybody else. And so I settled for a settled for life. I decided, oh well, I'm going to have to be the pharmacist for the rest of my life. Which, you know what, by other people's standards may not be a bad thing. But for me, it was a soul-destroying thing. And, you know, I was going to try and make the best of it, you know, because that's what you do. And a lot of people do that. And like I said before, we all get to choose our own delusion. So your delusion can be that you have to be whatever it is that you're doing right now that you don't quite like. But you know what, you can learn to love it, you know. You can, or not love it, at least like it, or abide it. Just put up with it. But what if you decided actually that, well, great things can happen to me. The big idea, the big dream inside of me can actually be mine because I get to create it. It's like me and people in the Deliberate Millionaire. That's what we're saying every single day. People in the Deliberate Millionaire Fast Track Club, we make a decision that we are going to deliberately design life. Deliberately design life. We are going to choose our own delusion. We're not going to settle for a delusion that somebody else decided to hand to us. No, we're going to actually go out of our way to create our own. And yes, there are times when you will literally feel that you are a bit deluded. Because you're thinking, what makes you think that you get to have an amazing life? Or maybe you think that your amazing life takes it away from somebody else. No, there is more than enough for every single person on this planet. You stopping yourself from going after every single thing that you desire doesn't actually help anybody else get what they want. Basically, it doesn't stop anybody from getting what they want, and it doesn't start anybody getting what they want just because you don't get what you want. So why not decide to go after every single thing that you desire? And decide that, you know what, if great things only happen to the lucky, then decide that from today onwards, you are one of the lucky. Okay? You are one of the lucky. But the truth of the matter is that okay, yes, opportunities present themselves to people who are on the path, but you can get yourself on the path. Anybody can get themselves on the path and stay on the path until they are lucky. So why not you? Why not you? You get to create success exactly the way you desire it. Nobody said it's going to be easy, especially since you're trying to get rid of some of your old ways of thinking where you think you're one of the unlucky that has to just settle because you were born in the wrong country, born to the wrong family, and so you feel in some way that you can't quite do the things that you want to do. But I'm here to remind you, honey, that there is absolutely no reason why you cannot go after every single thing that you desire. You just need to make a decision inside of you that you are not going to settle for any less than every single thing that you want. And you're going to put yourself on the path of learning everything you need to, so you can come into the Deliberate Millionaire Fast Track Club, come and join in where people are actually learning the strategies, the skills they need in order to move forward. You can read books, for goodness sake. You can do whatever it takes to become one of the lucky, but you have to actually take action. You have to get yourself on the path. Anybody that you think is lucky is because they were on the path and then opportunity came and met them. Okay? Because they were walking. Are you walking, or are you settling for whatever it is that you can get right now? Excuse that dodgy note. I create success. 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 Okay, and your past determining your future. That's another thing. Just because everybody around you, just because of what your past life has brought you to this moment, doesn't mean that you have to keep recreating the past. I know that, you know what, when people are looking at shares and stocks and shares and such, they look at the past as a predictor of what could happen in the future, but you don't have to do that for your life, okay? You don't have to do that for your life, because the moment you decide that you are ready to kind of just say goodbye to whatever went before, is the moment you just get to say goodbye to whatever went before, okay? You get to choose what you do next. You don't need to keep being held back by Oh, this happened to me once upon a time. Oh, I'm not that great with money. Oh, I'm not that good at business. Man, can I tell you that when I first and foremost mentioned to my mother, that I was going to get into business and that I was going to, I was going to be successful at it, she laughed at me. She laughed at me because the past had determined that Rosemary was not great at business. Okay, and I don't even blame her because, yeah, I know what I was like in the past. I know that I quit very easily. Anything that was uncomfortable. I hadn't recognized, actually, that there are certain things that I am particularly good at and I should just kind of make my life be around that stuff. Instead of looking at somebody else's life and thinking that I had to be like them. I had to do things their way. And once I stopped doing that, once I stopped trying to be anybody other than myself, actually, I didn't quit no more. Because I was using my strengths. I was honoring who I am created to be, okay? And that is what you need to do as well. You need to honor who you are created to be. You need to recognize what you are strong at. And instead of trying to be what you think you have to be, because you see everybody else doing something in a certain way, own your own greatness, for goodness sake. Own your own power. Guys, tell me. This is the Church of RNK, right? You got to say yeses and amen. I want to know that you're hearing me. I want to know if I'm kind of speaking to you or not. Am I on the right track for you, specifically you? So tell me, yes, amen, or just tell me what you're thinking right now. But this is it, guys. Once you actually decide to stop trying to play to everybody else's strengths and find out your own, or stop fighting yourself. That's something I've been really thinking about recently, about how people generally tend, and I have done, it started with me, spirit kind of speaking inside of me and saying, Rosemary, stop fighting who you are. Accept you. Accept your strengths, accept what you're good at, and figure out how to use what you are good at to create the life you desire, okay? Because there is a way. You haven't been given your specific strengths and things just so that you can leave them fallow whilst you're trying to be everybody except yourself. It makes absolutely no sense to do that. Okay, and if you've been doing it to date, just leave that stuff behind and start again. Reset, press the reset button, decide from today onwards, I am fully owning who I am. And I'm going to somehow figure out how to make that work and serve people, make myself some money, create financial independence. I don't care where I started life. I don't care who said what about me at one point or the other. Whatever happened in the past is done. I create success today. I create success today. I create success. I create success. I create success. I create success. So it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what part of the world you're in. If you decide that things are going to change for you, I don't care how many other people around you are all living the same way as you. It doesn't really matter. You make a decision for your life. You make a decision for your life. What is it that you want in your future? What is it that you want to start creating right now? And honey, you get into work. You get to work. You come into the Deliberate Millionaire Fast Track Club. I'm sorry, I have to keep mentioning it. I have to keep mentioning it because it's a pretty amazing club to be in. And it is pretty, especially for most people, you're surrounded by people who are exactly the same as you right now, who don't necessarily always understand the hunger inside of you to be more, to do more, to have more. They maybe tell you to relax and chill out. What are you working harder for? Come on, you have a good enough life. And so you might be tempted, even though there's a hunger, a dissatisfaction inside of you, you might be tempted to give in to the nonsense and keep living to your past. Keep living as determined by your past. And I'm saying wake up. Wake up to who you are born to be. Stop resisting your dreams. Stop resisting yourself. Strip off the layers and go back and remember who you are. Own your greatness, man. I mean, I know terms like this, sometimes you say, own your greatness. It all seems a little bit cheesy and crazy. And even when I say it out loud, it's like, oh, Rosemary, is there no other way you can say that? But I don't know how else to say it. You know what I mean, right? Let's get beyond I know these things are kind of cliches and they're, yeah. Doesn't matter though. Sometimes the cliches are real, as my mentor used to say. She's like, oh, you know, sometimes the cliches are cliches because they're actually the truth. So yes, they may seem cheesy. They may seem like, oh my gosh, she's just selling you a pipe dream. No, I'm not, honey. You get to create your life. You get to create what you're here to do. None of your dreams were given to you to taunt you, to make you look at this thing and think, oh, I want it. But then what? Life just comes and whacks you upside the head and tells you, well, you may want it, but you can't have it. No, you are doing that to yourself. Why are you doing that to yourself? It's kind of crazy. Why would you do that to yourself? You are in fact created in the image of the divine. So why not go after every single thing you desire? Goodbye, honey. That's one of my daughters came through. But this is it, guys. Your past doesn't determine your future, so this is the moment to decide, you know what? No, I will not anymore keep giving in to the nonsense that I've believed. I now choose a different path. And again, I don't care where you are on this planet. This page contains people from everywhere. And yet, I don't care where you are. I don't care how much difficulty you've seen. We all have a story, okay? Amen, Mabel says. Thanks for joining in, Mabel. We all have a story, but do we want that story to be something that disempowers us or something that empowers us? I choose that my story of bankruptcy, of depression, of living with poverty, of feeling unloved, of all of that stuff will be part of the thing that empowers me to the next level and the next level and the next level. To that is the thing that fires me up to reach 334,000 people, to tell them that they do not have to live to their past story. They get to choose a new one. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. You can create financial independence. I have the tools for you right there in the Deliberate Millionaire Fast Track Club if you choose to join in. But whichever way, honeys, you don't have to live to your past. You get to design a heck of a different life if you want one. Okay? If you want one, you get to create success the way you want it. I create success. I create success. I create success. I create success. And I want you to go around the whole day today just kind of shouting, I create success. I create success. You can even sing it if you want to. I create success. And just kind of keep reminding yourself that, you know what? I don't have to settle for whatever I'm seeing right now. I get to choose where I go next. I get to choose what my life looks like in the future. I get to choose from this moment forward. I get to reset. Whatever. It doesn't matter what people think of me. It doesn't matter what people have said of me. I don't have to own the nonsense. I can just take the empowering parts and build my life around that, okay? Whatever that is for you. Don't let your past determine your future, okay? You create success, and you, in every single moment, get another opportunity to create a different life for you, for your family, for your community, for your country, for the world, okay? Because whatever you do impacts people around you. So instead of waiting for them to impact you or waiting for them to come and rescue you, you be the rescuer. You be the leader. You be the one that wakes up and actually puts your dreams into reality, that actually starts to do the stuff you dream about. And most of you listening to me, I know you're successful, okay? I know that people look at you and think that you're some kind of a leader and this, but you know that there is more. You know there is more inside of you because there's a hunger, there's a thirst, this isn't all for me. And so I remind you that your past does not determine your future. This plateau you're at, it's time for you to move up to the next level for you. Okay, and then the other thing is about being perfect, because the problem for you is that if you have, it's like when I became a pharmacist, it was really difficult to break away from being that pharmacist because one, I sweat blood and tears to become that pharmacist, okay? Blood, sweat and tears to get there because I thought that was like the pinnacle of everything, because I'd been brought up to believe that is it, you become a professional, you get yourself a great job and that's it, you're in the money. Woo! Okay? Except I got there and realized, well, one, I'm not in the money. The money ends as soon as I stop working, one, and also I have a heck of a lot of responsibilities. Everybody's suddenly looking to you because you're supposed to be this whatever. And people like me are like, oh, I'm blessed to be a blessing. Let's just hand out all our money. Oh, wow, bankrupt. Yay. So basically, but this is it. But then the other side of it is like, yeah, pharmacist, okay? And you might have some kind of title that you're very proud of. You've worked your socks off to get there. And so now you're dissatisfied and you're thinking, my goodness, I don't want to go through all of that again. And then you're thinking also that whatever you put out in the world has to be perfect from the get-go. You want to put something out there in the world and let it be also already excellent. You are not willing to start at the start. Because you feel like, oh, I've already done the starting at the start. I don't want to start at the start anymore. I want to start over there because people are looking at me and I'm already this leader person. And now what? I'm supposed to say that I'm just beginning my business again and I'm just this and that and I got that. And that need for perfection before you even begin will stop you in your tracks. Honey. The unwillingness to make mistakes, the unwillingness to fail. Actually, because honey, one of the big differences between you and anybody else you look up to as successful is that they have failed considerably more than you or made a lot of mistakes. They don't see it as failure, okay? So you probably don't even know how many things they did before you saw the thing that they're now doing, okay? They just saw all of that as learning experience. They grew as a result of going through all of this stuff, and then they kept going. The only ones that you see fail are the ones that did not grow as a result of all of this stuff. They stopped. They thought, oh my gosh, I've made such a big mistake. What's the point of carrying on? And are you making that mistake in your life as well, where you're not allowing yourself to go to play full out because you're worried about making a mistake? You're trying to shy away from the mistakes instead of run towards them, recognizing that the quicker you get past these growing pains, the quicker you get to the result that you want in your life. Honey, in order to create success, you have to get past your fears. You have to see your fears and not practically, run towards it. Okay? Run towards it. Because if not, you just make the whole thing drag out. And this is where people quit. It's because it takes so long to get where they want to go because every single decision is taking 20 years to make it because it's a little bit of a scary decision. And instead of just doing it, they think about it. They try to make it perfect before they release it onto the marketplace. You don't know what perfect is. You don't know what good is until you release it and see if anybody wants it in the way that you've presented it. And if you don't want it in the way you've presented it, you get the opportunity to change things around, to rejig it, to repurpose it, to see how your thing that you know will help people can be received in a way that people want it as well. But you have to be willing to make the mistakes. You have to be willing to fail. Will you? I create success. I create success. I create success. I create success. Honey, success doesn't just happen to you. You create it. Every single day you wake up, you make a decision. Who am I going to be today? What decision did you make today? Are you going to be someone that just does the same old stuff that you've been doing forever? Or are you going to be someone who finally decides that, you know what, I'm going to stop fighting this dream inside of me. I'm actually going to start taking action towards it and I'm going to move fast. I'm going to take every opportunity to tell people what I'm about. I'm going to show up and I'm going to show up powerfully because this is my one life. And I decide to deliberately design it in a way that makes me exceedingly glad. It's your choice, okay? Okay, so as I bring this to a close, let me make this final invitation to you, wherever you are on the planet. Come and join me in the Deliberate Millionaire Fast Track Club if your thing is entrepreneurship, whether you're currently one or you are aspiring to be one. And you know you need the tools to get in front of more people. You need the tools to make more sales. You need the tools to take your art, your books, your music, maybe you're an alternative health practitioner, maybe you're whatever it is. Basically, you have products, you have services that you want to put out there in the world and you're done with playing the small game. You know you're born for more and you're ready to go after it. You know that you are here to impact a lot of people, okay? Whether it's in your community, whether it's in your country, whether it's in the world, you know that there is more to you than what is presenting right now. Then you need to join me in the Deliberate Millionaire Fast Track Club, where you get access to a heck of a lot of stuff, as well as the ability to pick my brain and pick the brains of the people around you, so that you start to elevate the results that you are getting. You know you are born for more. You know you are a champion inside. But you maybe have settled, just like I did, for what you think you have to settle for. And I'm saying it's time to wake up and to go after the clients, the customers, the recruits, whatever that you desire, and to do it with style as a deliberate millionaire. So on that note, go and have a look. It is at rosemarynonny.com. Let me just type this thing in. rosemarynonny.com/DM fast track. It is the place for all leaders to be. Okay. It is where this is my project. Okay. This is like my fourth child, and it is everything that I have paid out like over $100,000 to learn. Everything that I've used with my clients, okay, people have paid me a heck of a lot of money as well to help them with their businesses. Now you get access to all of this stuff within the Deliberate Millionaire Fast Track Club. You get access to all the training that you need, and you also get access to my brain. So come along. It's rosemarynonny.com/DM fast track. If you are ready to start creating success and you're done with trying to figure it all out on your own, then go over right now and go join in. To hear my children screaming and yelling next door. Okay, guys, this has been the Church of RNK. So it's always a pleasure to hang out with some of y'all, and thank you for taking part, for some of you that actually communicated with me. And the rest of you, anyway, I hope you walk into the rest of your day inspired and ready to do what it takes to make your dream a reality. And for some of you, you know exactly what you need to do is join the Deliberate Millionaire Fast Track Club. I look forward to seeing you in there. It's time to fight for and to deliberately design the life you're born to live, because you absolutely want to. And remember, you create success. I create success. Sing it with me. I create success. Okay? I'm off to have my lunch. Much love. Speak to you again soon. Bye.